Well, Nancy, this is our third number three. Three is a magic number. So it's August 12th. It's 2025, and weather is skeptical right now.
It is. We're getting all kinds of text messages whether or not it's going, and we're full force.
No, we're full force. Like
we have to.
We've dropped. People are like, "Are you guys going to cancel?" I'm like, "We've dropped off the alcohol." Okay, so we're going. We're going.
We're going. We're good to go. We're on point. Carts are ready.
So we got quite the list of people that are here today.
Yeah.
Then so the gentleman from A5 that you were just talking about.
Dennis Strand is
Dennis
from A5.
Strand is here.
He flew down from Chicago.
And he oversees what now?
He is in charge of, I believe, the business end of it, as far as like his baby was A5, his acquisition was A5, and I think he's oversees all the acquisitions.
So is he going to spend the day with us?
He is.
Is he playing?
He is playing.
Nice.
And he's got two friends of A5 out of Atlanta that decided to donate and join today. So they were a big donor for us.
Yeah, we got a contribution from Atlanta. I love that.
Yeah.
And then we got to go to dinner last night with Sophie. That was fun.
That was so fun. I think the part I loved the most, I think I told you that, was the interaction with the girls and the relatability of how she was with the girls. I think that was really cool.
She treated them like they were equals.
Yeah.
And they had some interaction, and she didn't. Sometimes you get people together and they sort of over-embrace the peer role, and they're like, when I was young, I'm like, you're 25.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And she's not even that.
Right. But I didn't know her age when I said that.
I think she's 23. Like, I think she graduated 2 years ago, spring of 23, actually. Yeah. So I don't even know. That, and then when when I was identified when we were waiting to be sat, and the mom came up to me and said, my daughter just
Such a good story.
My daughter had just had back surgery. You did camp with her. Asked if I was the coach at Swanee, and I said, yeah. She goes, you did camp with her 2 years ago at Cleveland High School, and I was like, yeah. And she's like, well, my daughter just got out of 2 weeks out of back surgery. She recognized
Lumbar,
Sophie.
L4, L5.
Yeah, recognized Sophie right away, and she said, can she talk to her? I'm like, well, yeah, absolutely. Like, it's kind of up to Sophie, and Sophie immediately just went over the table and connected with her. And I think that's let's be honest, that's the beautiful thing about this community, about League One and starting the professional league, because now you have female athletes, female volleyball players that are identifiable. So I thought that was really a big moment.
That was the pinnacle of what the night was about.
Absolutely.
Was that story, someone grabbing you and being like, I saw Nancy, and then the what was her name again? The player, Leah?
Oh, I don't remember her name.
Oh, gosh. And then she's like, was that Sophie McAllister?
Yeah,
and
Sophie Fisher.
Sophie Fisher.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, that feels so good. This is going to make for a good story.
It was really cool. And their family was very nice, and Sophie just embraced it. And I think that the one thing that love does is they're very real. The athletes are very real and approachable, and they want to have those kinds of interactions. I think that's really cool.
The last night in that particular story is what today's about.
Yep.
And we're raising money for essentially scholarship money.
Correct.
Right? And then it's for club volleyball. So how does this money get allocated? Like, I've been part of the team here for 3 years, but I'm not on the finance end, and I'm okay with that.
So we have a whole committee that gets together, and it's myself and then 3 other people that are on the committee. That's actually nationwide, but since I know all the people that they have to apply for the scholarship, they kind of have to give us their background, why they need the extra help, and then we just go through each story. And fortunately, we have a lot of people within the community that have been with A5. They might just need a little extra help this year or whatnot, and so we go through each kid. And this year, we were able to give everybody something.
So I'm going to read this off. 90% of all D1 scholarship athletes now play club. Parents see club as a de facto recruiting pipeline.
Yeah.
And we weren't thrilled before Baylor and Sarah, which in the words, when I hear Sarah, I hear savior. We weren't excited about our previous school situation. And we were like, it's okay, our emphasis is going to be on club. The university's focus is on club.
Yeah.
And so, in my head, I was like, well, 1 out of 2 ain't bad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And,
I think club is the avenue that a lot of people are taking right now. I think that I've even recruiting kids that have called me and said, I just had a horrible high school experience. Do you mind if I miss my senior year? And I'm like, no, it's your experience. I'm not going to take away from that just because you are not playing high school volleyball. I think it's about the experience, and I think the club is more than just the game. I think it's so much bigger than that. It's the relationships, it's the connections, it's all those things that make it an experience and not just another game, another competition.
So specifically in Chattanooga, I've bought into leadership, right? The heads of state. I bought into the culture and the process. And all of those things have made me a loyal and willing parent to contribute. And I can give my kid a lot, right? And it's because and I love him and we want him to have all the things. I can't give Callista what you guys have given Callista.
Yeah,
and that is so. I bought into the whole the story, the package, but there's a result, right? There's an output, and who she's become, how she identifies with herself. She went out the other day and was running for training for the first time, and it was after
it begins.
Yes, it was after awesome. Practice with Sarah, and she was like, "Dad, I got to go train." I was like,
yes. There's it teaches you a lot of life. Sport does, right? And youth sports right now is getting a lot of backlash because it's so expensive and whatnot. And I think the thing that makes us unique is we focus on the process. We believe in what we're training, and it's not about dollars and cents. Coaches don't do it for money. Like, they want to have this passion. They have this passion for the sport, and it transcends volleyball. It transcends what you want them to have a good experience in the gym, but man, did you get to make that connection? And, things like I got a lot of our 18s from last year just started playing at the collegiate level, and I got a really sweet text message. It's just, there's my why. Like, I shared that with you. I'm like, okay, this kid just sent me the nicest text message that said, I was prepared for day one of practice.
I was ready, Coach.
Because of the environment that you created for us as players. And I was like, well, that's just probably the best compliment that I could ever get. But it does. I think coaching, I think the experience should transcend the game.
So let me read this real quick. Benefits for young girls. High retention for ages 11 to 18, thanks to a built-in social community. USAV survey shows 71% of club players report best friends on my team. And Callista's clique, her crew, I mean, like at dinner last night, it revolves around volleyball and
around club volleyball.
Club volleyball. And it's like, so as a DS, whenever there's a blocker goes up, she's got it covered. And I told Harriet, I was like, look, she's like, I got your back. You know what I mean?
You have to.
She tapped whoever it was. If it was Kinsey, I don't know if it was Fergie, but she was like, I got your back. I was there. She was like, that's my job.
Keep swinging. I got you. I'll give you, like, it for the hitter. On the reverse side of the hitter it's a confidence thing. Like, I'm going to be able to take risk and go for things if I know somebody's is behind me. And that kind of really, that's club volleyball right there. And you just kind of put it into volleyball terms, and it's just like about having each other's back and having that sisterhood. That it's not just about the game, and like, they enjoy each other between matches and between sets, and I think that's the cool part. But they're training at a high level. They're getting the reps that they need. We're asking them to be uncomfortable, and then be successful while they're uncomfortable. And I think that is a huge life lesson.
So you just got into talking a little bit about kind of tactical for a second. We started off talking about EQ, kind of the maturation process, the benefits of like the relationship, that building. One of the other highlights here, it builds STEM-friendly skill sets. Players make 60-plus tactical reads per rally, which coaches link to spatial reasoning gains. And so I know with Mary this year, right, for the 15s, and we're going to have her on in just a minute, they're going to have multiple defensive sets, like entirely different sets inside a same rally.
Correct.
Because they're maneuvering to
based on an in-system ball, out-of-system ball, based on the attacker. You call defensive systems just like you do in other sports. So, and I don't think people really realize that. You can stick with one system. There's nothing wrong with that. But we have systems that we run as the kids get older. They're able to run multiple defensive systems while they're in the midst of a rally.
I love that.
And just understanding, I mean, you have to be so engaged, but you have to understand rallies don't take but 5 seconds.
That's it.
Yeah, on average, 5 to 10 seconds.
And the last one that I wrapped up with here was there was a lower injury rates than basketball or soccer. And I can attest to that because I've had kids play both of those. And when fingers crossed, we've avoided the injury bug with volleyball.
We're going to knock on wood on that.
Yeah. But because they're in their own little space, right? There's not a lot of contact with the other players.
But we are considered a contact sport because of the velocity of the ball coming at you as you get older. I think some of the big injuries that we have are the ankles. You know, when the ball's too tight to the net. I think that's one of the big injuries. We get a lot of shoulder injuries too, overuse injuries. So we have to be really cognizant of what we're doing when we are training. That's just why, we're getting ready to start our collegiate season, and that's one of the things is the number of swings that they're taking in a day. And jumps. So we have to think preventative instead of reactive. Reacting to an injury instead, well, let's think on the front end and how do we prevent that injury. So with shoulder exercises, ankle exercise, we do all that stuff.
And that's why we're at A5.
Yeah.
Well, listen, that was a really good intro for our event.
Awesome.
And
I'm excited about the people that are here today with Sophie, and then Dan Earls is coming by.
And tell us about Dan Earls.
Dan Earls is the head basketball coach at UTC. Both his daughters, this will be their second year in our club, and he reached out right away. He's like, I'm getting a team in. Like, well, let's go.
Let's go.
So really excited to have him back. Really, really great guy and just very approachable. And I love that. Sometimes you don't get that with some coaches that have been in it for a long time, as long as Dan has.
And right after winning his division, NIT last year.
Yeah.
Good. We'll have Dan's on next.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, Nancy, thank you so much.
Absolutely.
I'll see you on the golf course.
All right. We'll see you out there.